Stripe Dog here, bringing you a video review of the Maverik juice with the Marc Pro Mesh. So I'll start off with the Marc Mesh, and I'll start with the positives. The positives is that it's great for all weather, rain, mud, dry. It's great. It's consistent, throws well. I was at a clinic a while ago, and it was dry the entire morning, and my throw was very consistent, and it was very nice, and it was shooting pretty hard too. So, and later that day, I did a wall ball session right after a storm, and my throw was not different at all from what it was earlier in the clinic. And so it performs well when it's wet. It doesn't change out, it doesn't bag out, it doesn't mess up the pocket, none of that. There's some rumors that it bags out when it's wet and that it can't hold the pocket. Like I say, dirty lies, not true. The negatives, though, the only thing that's negative about the Marc Mesh is the price. It's $30 for the 20 millimeter thick Marc Mesh, the Pro Mesh, and that's really too bad. I don't think it has to be, but it's definitely worth the money for a beginner, medium, or advanced level player. It's definitely worth it. Buy the Marc Mesh. And that's just the only negative I have to say. And so I'm going to give it 5 stars. I feel weird giving something 5 stars because I think that it shouldn't get 5 stars unless it's the best thing on the market and there's nothing to improve, which is exactly how I feel about the Marc Mesh. Now I'll get on to the Maverik juice. The positives is that it's got a really good hold, which I was worried about because I just switched from a brine clutch. And I was worried that I would lose my hold. I wouldn't be able to take it through traffic as well as I normally could. And it's not at all. It's great. It holds the ball upside down, sideways. You can flip in the air and you'll still catch it and keep going. The other things I like about the Maverik juice, it's NFHS and NCAA legal, which is great. And it's a real sort of good transition head from the NFHS heads to the NCAA heads. It's as pinch as it can be in college. That's the maximum pinch, which I like. I like pinched heads. I think they're great. And it's very easy to catch with. It's got I really like the design of the scoop. I think it really helps me with ground balls. I can get them from every angle. And if I ever want to be fancy, it works with Indian pickups, which are always fun. Thumbs up for Indian pickups. So now the negatives. The only real negative I could think for this head would be the sidewall holes. There's not all that many of them. There's plenty. They have an average amount, but it's not like the clutch where there's a lot of them. And they're also they're on the small side. I think they could definitely afford to be bigger. But it's okay. It's pretty average on sidewalls. And I'd give it like a 3 for stringing. But I'd give it a 4.5 for play. Just again, because I don't think any hit out there gets a 5. Because I think there's definitely a lot to improve about just about every head. Now let's move on to tips. My tips for the Marc Mesh. I have 2 of them. The first thing goes for almost every piece of mesh out there. When you string it up, don't use a piece of sidewall string for the bottom. Use a shooting string. You see it right there. It's great. What I like about it is that it's much easier to adjust. It slides much better. And the best thing about it, though, is that it's thick. And so you can do it in a single knot, and it won't go slipping through the big old bottomless holes. Because that's the problem with sidewalls, is that you have to put it through, and you have to tie it knot like 6 times, or else you just won't be able to get it to stay. And then you won't be able to adjust it in the game. So if the ref calls your stick illegal, you won't be able to fix it. It'll take you like 15 minutes just to undo those tiny little knots. And with this, 10 seconds, and it's fixed. So, yeah, 4 stars for the juice, 5 for the Marc Mesh. Oh, I forgot my other tip for the Marc Mesh, though. My bad. Is that I think it did very well. When I broke it in, just ran under hot water, a little bit of conditioner, pulled it apart, and right from that second it was broken in. And my tip for the juice is that for the sidewalls, when you're straining it up, I think it really doesn't benefit from any doubling up or any skipping holes. Well, actually, the very first hole right here, I would suggest skipping that hole because otherwise I think I had too much whip, and especially when I tried skipping a hole here and pinching my mesh here, but it was just unusable. It had way too much whip. It would just, I'd shoot and it would shoot behind me. Looked like an idiot in front of Paul Rabel because it just shot like straight backwards. But I fixed it right then. It was just an easy adjustment to make. So I guess that's it, guys. Straight dug out.